What's going on today, YouTube? So today I have here with me the Nissan Altima SE-R edition. This car is going to stand apart a little bit from the rest with some unique styling cues that Nissan gave it, boasting that R badge. We're going to go into an in-depth review inside and out on this vehicle. I'm going to point out some details onto what makes it stand out from the rest and some other features that you may not have known about as far as horsepower, maybe some forged rims that it has, and some of the other unique styling cues on the inside and the outside. So thank you for watching today. Sit back and enjoy this video. Something unique that Nissan did specifically for the Altima SE-R edition, boasting that R badge on the back, was they wanted to set it apart so that when you bought this car, you knew that you were buying something a little bit different. One of those things that they went ahead and did was they upgraded the traditional rims and brakes to these forged painted aluminum rims. They're going to be 18 inches in diameter all the way around, with upgraded disc brakes all the way around and beefier rotors for more stopping power. So looking at these rims, I know I told you earlier that they're upgraded 18-inch forged rims, but they actually have the word forged embossed in them, and I think that's pretty cool. Now, the biggest difference that I think Nissan did with this vehicle was to change the powertrain altogether. From the base engine that they put in the other models, the 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder with only about 180 horsepower and 170 foot-pounds of torque, they cranked it up with a 3.5 liter V6. Nissan gets how America likes their cars. They boosted the power up from that measly 180 horsepower to a whopping 260 horsepower, all available at 6,000 RPM. They also boosted up the torque from that 175 foot-pounds of torque to 250 foot-pounds of torque, available at 3,600 RPM with an extremely linear power curve. No one wants the manual transmission to go away, and in 2005, with the watered-down automatic transmissional market, I think they did the right thing. Now, as a driver in the SE-R, there are a few things unique to this car that, well, the other cars don't have. The gauges that are very tuner-inspired on the dash front and center stack. You have a miles per gallon, you have an oil pressure gauge, and you also have a voltage meter gauge, which will always variably give you different information at different times depending on what you're doing with the car. So that's kind of nice to have that feedback when you're focusing on a more performance-related aspect of this vehicle. Some other things that are unique about it, like I said before in the beginning of the review, you do get this awesome, really solid 6-speed manual transmission that really feels good going through the gates. Each gear, including the reverse gear that you pull up on this collar and go all the way to the right and back, seems very satisfying, and you don't have to second guess where you're shifting. Everything is pretty notably where you think it would be. And I think they did a really good job on the manual transmission in this car. Now, something that I want to do that really sets this car apart is an exhaust startup so that you guys can really hear what this car sounds like throughout the RPM range. I'll also be doing an in-car driving review so that you can hear that too, with the windows up and the windows down and things like that. But I really think that out of the gate from the factory, they really did an awesome job on giving this car an exhaust note that exemplifies maybe something from the tuner aftermarket. The people who are going to be buying this car aren't going to need to go out and spend, $15,000 to $200,000 on a really nice sounding throaty exhaust, because Nissan gives you just that. Okay guys, so I am inside driving the 2005 Nissan Altima SE-R edition, and my first impressions are awesome, actually. Very drivable car, not very difficult. The suspension is a little on the stiffer side, which makes sense because they've tuned the things on this car to be more road course friendly. I mean, there's a decent amount of body roll. It's not very stiff per se, but just mentioning the driving aspects of this car, a little bit stiffer suspension to go along with all the other performance additives that they've done to this car as well. You have an awesome leather wrapped steering wheel. You have all of your volume control buttons on the left hand side of the steering wheel. You have everything to do with cruise control on the right hand side of the steering wheel, which is very standard. Automatic one touch up and down for not only the driver's side but the passenger as well, which I know you can't see that, but you can hear it. So that's really nice. And it is on both sides too. It's not like the driver's side only has access to that. So that's another cool little feature about this car. However, it doesn't have it for the back seats, so don't expect that as a backseat driver in this car. Let's take it for a drive and see how it handles. Second gear. All right, and we're at 60. And I'd say that felt about maybe 5 seconds. And obviously it's a manual too. We'd be able to watch the playback and see exactly how long that took. But hello, Corvette. It likes to rev, okay? It likes to rev out, and it revs quickly. It's a lot of fun. You know, by no means can I compare it to something like a Honda S2000 or anything like that that really has a nice notchy shifting feel and was inspired for the track. However, this car, I think, is a nice complement of a few different things with roadworthiness as far as spirited driving goes, and being able to just have some fun day to day. The character of this car is pretty cool. It definitely doesn't remind me of anything else. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that this engine is the same engine found in the Nissan 350Z. I don't know if they tuned that one differently or not, but I do believe it's the same 3.5 liter displaced V6 engine. All in all, I do think that it's a great car. You can get one of these now for probably $10,000 or less, being that it's 2018 now, and this is a 2005. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If there's anything else that you guys want me to review, let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button so that you're notified every time I come out with a new video. If you have a car that you would like me to review, or if you know anyone who has something that you would like me to review, go ahead and let me know, and I want to make it happen. I want to bring you guys as much content as fast as possible. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next video.